Okay, I will read the real world problem to you so that we are good to go. And if you don't speak English, then this will translate for you through the screen, no, through the subtitles. Naomi has earned $54 mowing lawns the past 2 days. She worked 2.5 hours yesterday and 4.5 hours today. If Naomi is paid the same amount for every hour that she works, how much does she earn per hour to mow lawns? So, per hour means dollars per hour. It's written like that. So, this right there means divide. So we're going to look at this and we're going to think about the fact that it's telling us hours and it's telling us money. So we have to figure out some things using this information. So, So we know that she gets paid $54 an hour and it's divided by because it's per hour. And she worked 2.5 plus 4 1/4. Now, personally, that's a little hard for me to read. So I'm going to try to rewrite that so that it makes more sense to me. 54 divided by 2.5 plus 4 1/4. Does that say the same thing? Yes. Okay, so just in case, you want to make sure that you know that slash means divide. We've talked about that a great deal. So what we need to do now is we need to use our PEMDAS because I see parentheses. So I'm going to start with that same thing we did on the last problem. I've got to multiply and then add. Multiply, then add. So I'm going to change colors so that you can watch what I'm talking through. I'm going to do 2 times 2 plus 1. So 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5, stays over the 2. This one I'm doing 4 times 4 plus 1. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus the 1 that's on top is 17 over 4. Bring down my parentheses, bring down my 54 because I can't do anything with that yet. All right, so next step will be, oh boy, we've got to make a common denominator because you will notice that 2 and 4 is not the same. So I'm going to try to skip around a little bit. This is times 2. This is times 2. So I'll bring that down to the next step. 5 times 2 is 10 over 2 times 2 is 4 plus the 17 divided by 4. Now they have the same common denominator. That's interesting. These numbers look like last time. So I'm wondering if I'm screwing up somewhere. I'm hoping I'm not. So let's try this and make sure I'm not doing something wrong. This will be 27 over 4 divided by 54. Yep, that all still looks the same. And then we're going to divide it by that. So, 54, and I have to flip and multiply. So now this changes to flip, or to multiply, and this gets flipped. 4, let me erase. That's messy. I'm going to change colors so that you can see it. Yes, this is exactly how I would teach when I was in class. 54 times 4 over 27, because I flipped it. Put this over 1. 54 times 4. I feel like we just did this problem. It's 216 or 17. Nope, 216 over 1 times 27 is 27. So I'm going to do the division. 216. This is just like the last problem. It's really strange. I wonder if it's supposed to be that way. 216 divided by 27, as we did before, it's 8. We can prove that because we do 27 times 8. It's 56. Carry the 5. 16, that's 216. So she gets paid $8 an hour. Again, it's each little step that we've learned in the years prior. So there's the answer. That's sloppy. So notice that that's an 8. I guess dollars should be in front, but it's 8. We shall do the next problem. Next problem I will read to you again. It says, Escape conducted a survey among their customers about what is their favorite candy. Of the 80 people surveyed, 5 out of 10 said they liked Milk Duds, 9 out of 40 said they liked Twizzlers, and the rest liked sour gummies. How many people said sour gummies was their favorite flavor? Use only numbers in your answer. Now, please, please, please pause and try to do this on your own because everyone is going to solve this in different ways. I am only able to show you one way to do it. The important part is, does your way get to the correct answer? So try it on your own, see what you think. What I'm going to be writing down right now are the things that I thought. So the first question is, what are you being asked to find? They want to know what the question says. How many people said sour gummies was their favorite? Second question, explain your mathematical process you used to find your answer. Again, mine might be different. Mine really might be different than yours because I think weird, as we very much know. I know there are 80 total people, which to me meant all the denominators should be 0. Or not 0, should be 80. So I am going to multiply, or going to, let's use math vocabulary, going to make a common denominator of 80 for all the numbers. Then subtract the numerators from 80. Now, I'm telling you, my way might not be yours, but it makes sense to me. So let's see what that means. It says, so I'm going to read it again just so that you can make it make sense. They've told me some information. They've told me in the word problem that 5 out of 10 liked Milk Duds. 9 out of 40 liked Twizzlers. And there's a total of 80 over 80. Okay? That's a total. Okay? So I know that I have to figure out how many of 80 these are. So I'm going to multiply this one by 8 to figure out how many people liked Milk Duds. So this is 40 out of 80. This tells me 40 people liked Milk Duds. We've been working on that. So I know that the whole people surveyed was 80. Out of 80, 40 people, because 5/10 is 1/2. Half of them liked Milk Duds. Now, over on this one, I still need to make a common denominator of 80. So that's times 2. That's 18 over 40. So 18 people liked, what were they? Twizzlers. I hate how disorganized this is. But sometimes if you can't figure out the perfect equation or whatever, you can still talk about your process and how you got there. Can I figure out an equation? Yes, I can. I can figure out an equation and tell it to you. But I want it to make sense on how you get there, because reality is, in the big world, in a real world, you're not going to write, well, X is 40 and da-da-da-da-da. You're going to figure it out the same way that I am. So if I know 40 people liked Milk Duds and I know 18 people liked Twizzlers, there was a total of 80 total people. I'm going to subtract 40 from Milk Duds, and I'm going to subtract 18 for Twizzlers. And I will get, see, I work backwards. This is 40. So 80 minus 40 is 40 minus 18. So 40 minus 18, if I did my math right, it's 22. 22 people liked Milk Duds. No, not Milk Duds. Liked sour gummies. Sour gummies. This is so sloppy. I'm so sorry. But if you're watching, you will be able to tell. So what do they want as an answer? Personally, I would want it in a complete sentence, but the computer is accepting this as your answer, 22. So 22 people liked sour gummies out of the 80 total people.